Okay, it's already. Okay, it's already 7:37. May I request your class mayor to lead the opening prayer?
In the name of the Father, the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins, as we forgive those sins against us. Do not bring us to test, but deliver us from evil. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay, good morning, class. How was your weekend?
Pero ma'am,
That's great. Usa ra mga estudyante, oy. Bitaw. Have you enjoyed your weekend bonding with your family? Hello, hello, class.
ay pangimuta siguro ma'am.
Sa'yo, pamanggod-bod. Namahal na bang tanan?
Tapos ma'am, wala pa.
Pareha tani, diet tani.
Kung
Nakapamista na ba? Hello, can I be heard?
yes ma'am, dumag naman.
Okay. Anyway, to formally start our discussion, let me again introduce myself. I am Ryshelle Piamonte from BS Ed English 42. You can call me Mom Shell. I'm already 22 years old and currently residing at Poblacion, Trinidad, Bohol. I am your student intern for our second shift of internship. And as for your attendance, I will be calling your name. Then please make sure, please make a short self-introduction since wala pa man ta nagpaila-ila, no? Just state your name, age, address, and one word to describe to yourself. Is it clear? Okay. Ana Grace Baluwag, Annalisa Rumo,
Yes, ma'am. Present. I am Annalisa Rosma from Philippine, Bohol. I'm 26 years old and I am straight, ma'am.
Angel Bilanganto.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Present Anna Grace Dalugal, ma'am. Bibi Balungon.
Yes. Come again. Present si Balugal.
Anna Grace Dalugal.
Okay.
I am Anna Grace Dalugal from West Beach, FLB. And I am 22 years old and I live in Baclayon, Bohol. And I am rated.
Angeli Galleros. Angeli Jusol. Amanduron. Angelo Gole. Angeline Hernando.
Ma'am, Vincent Angelo Guli, ma'am.
Okay.
I am Angelo Guli from Katungawan, Norte, Gindolman, Bohol. I am 19 years of age. I describe myself as a simple person.
Angeline Hernando. Blessy Matabilas. Bobby Ben
Present, ma'am. Present,
Blessy.
ma'am.
Yes.
My name is Blessy Matapilas, 20 years old, living in San Roque, Bohol, and I'm a kind person.
Bobby Ben Carbajal. Cherry
Present,
Jill
ma'am.
Bobby? Okay.
Ma'am, present. My name is Bobby Ben Carvajal. I am 21 years old, and I'm from Tagbilaran City. I describe myself as ano, ano na?
Cherry Hill Padillo?
Morning, Mom. I am Cheryl Cadello, 19 years old from Mangga District of Calayan City. I describe myself as a street girl.
Danica Atunay Hibaya?
I am Danica Hibaya, 20 years of age, from Bohol, from Ubay, Bohol.
Edward Galve Lantigi?
Ma'am. I am Edward Lantigi. I'm 20 years old from Taytay, Duero, Bohol. And I describe myself
Elijah Jane Vicencio? Flora May Pagod?
Good morning, Mom.
Good
I'm Florme
morning.
Sagod from BSHM 2B. I live in Salvador, Cortez, Bohol. I'm 20 years old.
Gayan
I
Kap...
describe,
Ay, sorry. Okay.
I describe myself as creative.
Gayan Kapampangan? Genevieve Mante?
Kanang wala na siguan, Ma'am. And kapampangan.
Wala ni siya? Wala siya na-enroll?
yan
Ha?
regular na.
Okay. Genevieve Mante? Glenda Dakalkal Duroy?
Good morning, Ma'am. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
everyone. I am Glenda Duroy from Carmen, Bohol, and I describe myself as a friendly person.
Hannah May Justin Bitas?
Present, Ma'am. I am Hanami Justin Lucas from Alaysor, Cortez, Bohol. I am 20 years old. I describe myself as simple.
Ivan Berendes? Jade De La Peña?
Present, Ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. My name is
Good
Jane.
morning.
I live in Pas District, Bulacan. I describe myself as a talented person.
Jane May Antevo?
Ma'am,
Good
I am
morning.
Jamie and Pipu, 20 years old, from Dumayan, and I am a humble person.
Janet Nunez Acorda? Jean Laconia? Lasconia? Jessa?
Present, Jane Lasconia, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I am Jane Lasconia from BSHM 2B. I am 19 years old, from Basaklo, Bohol, and I am describing myself as a kind person.
Jessa Cisneros? Riconia? Ricones?
Ma'am.
Okay.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone.
Good
My name
morning.
is Cesar Saloma from Poblacion, Catigdian, Bohol. I'm 20 years old. I'm a simple person.
John Lloyd Bourbon? Jade
Good
Marie?
morning, ma'am.
Okay. So proceed.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm John Lloyd Mori Bourbon, 19
Good
years old,
morning.
from Gindulman, Bohol. I describe myself as a shy person.
Jade Marie Antebo?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
I am Jody
morning.
Marie Antibo. I am 20 years old from Tandumayo, Catigdian, Bohol. I describe myself as a friendly person.
Joseph Noel Capin?
Present, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. I am
Good
Joseph
morning.
Noel Capin, 20 years old, from Poblacion, Danao, Bohol. I describe myself as a smiley person.
Julina Silmaro, Giovanni Manuales, Kimberly Cardenas, Kyle Gallo, Larry Virador Galasio, Lavenia Casilak Lumanias, Lim Ann J, Lindy May Garcia, Maria Angelica Garcia, Miss Garcia,
I
okay.
am limited yet 6 years old, live in Bohol. I describe myself as a kind person.
Maria Angelica Bangis,
Present, ma'am. I am Maria Angelica T. Banges, 19 years old from Mangga District, Tubularan City, and I describe myself as a kind person.
Maria Concepcion Ras,
Present, ma'am. My name is Maria Concepcion Ras, 20 years old from Tugas, Kandihay, Bohol, and I can describe myself as a unique person.
Mary Grace Villamore,
Present, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
good
I am Mary Grace
morning.
Villamore, 20 years old from De La Paz, Cortez, Bohol, and I describe myself as a shy person.
Mary Jane Bulanyo, Michelle Curacho Cagil,
Present, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I am Michelle Kagin,
good morning.
20 years from Candumayo, Catigdian, Bohol. I describe myself as ambivert.
Michelle Eder Buka,
Present, ma'am. My name is Michelle Buka, 20 years of age. I live in Abuan, Catigdian, Bohol, and I am a calm type of person.
Nicole Ann Piña, Pider Abel Mendez, Regina Capilan, Rene Oy Rata,
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Rene
Rolio,
Oil from Riverside, Sungkulan, Dawas, Bohol. I'm 22 years old. I describe myself as a simple and shy person.
Richard Hoyley Butal, yes,
Good morning, ma'am. My
Silmaro,
name is Richard
ay,
Butal. I am
okay. Sige,
Butal, ma'am.
Butal. Oh,
Good morning, ma'am. My
good
name is Richard
morning.
Butal from Bayuan, San Miguel, Bohol, and I can describe myself as a kind person, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Unsa man Silmaro?
Silmaro. Good morning, ma'am. Sorry to disturb, ma'am.
Yes.
Nawala magandang connection pag natawag ang name.
Okay ra.
Present, ma'am. I am Julina Silmaro, 21 years old from Abacanan, Sharabu, Yunis, Bohol, and I am describing myself as a simple person.
Okay, thank you. Si Bilagantol, Angel Bilagantol.
Ma'am. Present po, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I am Angel Blagantol from Camanaga, San Miguel, Bohol. I am 20 years old. I describe myself as a kind person. Thank you, ma'am.
Anaya? Vanessa Anaya?
Present po, ma'am. I
Anaya.
am Vanessa Naya, 21 years old from Poblacion West, Catigdian, Bohol, and I describe myself as a simple person.
Ruchi May Razonable. Bahala.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Rodney Bahalia, 20 years old from Poblacion West, Catigdian, Bohol, and I'm a so-called type person. Thank you.
Vanessa Lantaka Anaya. Humanan ni siya na. Jaira Hoyle. Villette Carcasona. What?
Actually, ma'am.
Hoyle? Sige, Hoyle. Miss
Good
Hoyle?
morning, everyone. My name is Zaya Teresa Hoyle, 20 years old. I live in San Vicente, San Miguel, Bohol, and I describe myself as a shy person.
Okay. John Michael Iyo? Yes, Mr. Edward?
Ma'am, si Villet Carcasona rin po, ma'am. Irregular po na siya, ma'am.
Billet. Si Billet. Ay, please remind me na lang, ikaw, Mayor, no?
Ma'am.
I-remind lang ko sa GC, ha? Kay, basi, makalimot ko, ha?
Sige, ma'am. Duharang po sila ang kuhanan ni ma'am. Regular student.
Okay. Natawag tanan? Okay, just tell me na lang if kanang kuan for those kanang who didn't call. Can somebody give a recap of your previous topics? Katong si Ma'am Kate ang nagkuan, nag-handle ninyo. Anyone? Boy na kahinumdom? Sige, magtawag ko. Si Miss Angel.
Ma'am,
What's your previous topic sa una? Katong kuan. Katong si Ma'am Kate ang nagkuan, handle ninyo.
society, it's a science,
Science.
science, technology, and society.
Yes, thank you.
Society. About to sa kuan, ma'am, sa mga butang nga gama sa mga sinaunang mga panahon gani, ma'am, nga na.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Bilangantol. Now, let us have Energizer first. Are you familiar with the game 4 Picks 1 Word?
Yes.
Kuan sa kayo tanan, no? Sige, familiar tani nga game. Sige. First word. What? Come again? Very good. Revolution. The second one. Who can guess? Filipino. Very good. Filipino scientist. How about this?
Technology.
Very good. Technology. And lastly?
Machine.
Yes. Sayon ra kayo, class, no? Okay. Thank you for your active participation. Now, these words have something to do with our lesson for today. But before we proceed to our lesson proper, please read first our learning objectives. Kindly, please read everyone.
Lesson objective. At the end of the hour of discussion, the students are expected to identify the industrial revolution and the role of science and technology in the Philippine nation building. Explain the historical background of science and technology in the Philippines. Make a visual timeline of the important inventors of industrial revolution and participate actively in discussions and activities.
All right. So, can we have this from you, class? Uy, way naningog. O, sige. Okay na lang. Alright, so today we have 2 lessons to be tackled. It is all about the Industrial Revolution, Science and Technology, and Nation Building. So kindly take notes the important key ideas because we will have a short quiz afterwards. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Silent UDI. Sige. Alright, please watch attentively the video clip I got from YouTube about Industrial Revolution. Okay.
Hi, I'm John Green, and this is Crash Course European History. So we're going to turn our attention today to the Industrial Revolution, one of the most significant developments in human history. Like, imagine with me that it's 1820. I got this idea from the economist Robert Ford. You live in
Di
say,
kayo madungog.
England.
Wait
You
sa...
probably work in agriculture. When you walk to
Ay.
town, you're either
Kare,
pulling
madungog
your
na?
own cart, or if you're lucky, you have a horse. You have no running water or electricity. When you wash your few items of clothing, you do so by hand. You cook over a fire. You think of time not primarily in minutes and hours, but mostly in relationship to solar cycles, how close it is to night, or to morning, or to midwinter. And in all these respects, your life in 1820 is basically identical to the lives of people in 1720 or 1520, or for that matter, 1220. Now, that's not to say that nothing has changed in those hundreds of years. As we've explored in this series, lots has changed. But as Gregory Clark observed, in terms of standard of living, Europeans in 1800 basically led lives similar to those of Neanderthals. Now imagine that you close your eyes in 1820 and wake up in 1920. By now, most people in England do not work in agriculture. They may work in shops or transportation or mining or workshops or in factories. They measure time in minutes. Cars exist. Some people have radios which transmit information through thin air. A few people even have refrigerators which dramatically decrease food spoilage and the risk of foodborne illness. Occasionally, you might even see an airplane flying in the sky. Oh, and also your country has just emerged from an astonishingly deadly war fought with highly lethal weapons like chlorine gas, weapons that people of 1820 could not possibly have imagined. Welcome to the Industrial Revolution.
Okay, let's stop it here, class. What was that all about? Aside from it is industrial revolution. What do you think? Any volunteer? Yes, Miss... Miss ano siya? Miss Jaira?
Yes, ma'am. I noticed na kuan ma'am, may ibang country with agilahang livelihood is like stick kanang livelihood ma'am, like maybe kanang murag mano-mano pa ang ilahang ways of dealing with chores ma'am, but as ibang countries kay kuan kanang murag active ilang industrialization ba nga term, kanang murag dali ra na modernize ilang kanang livelihood man ba niya. They seem to live life easier than other countries na wa kaayo kuan di kayo walang sana modern ilang kuan di kayo kayan ilang way of living para man pagsagot.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Zaira. So, in the video, wait. In the video, Industrial Revolution is the rapid, fast nga development of the industry that occurred in Britain in the late 18th and 19th centuries, brought about the introduction of machinery. So, sakto si Inday Jaira nga, kanang machines na ang gamit nila sa una nga. And machines were invented which replaced to human labor. No? Di na ta maghago kay na may mga machines. It was characterized by the use of steam power or steam engines. No? The growth of factories and the mass production of manufactured goods. New energy sources were developed to power the new machinery, like for example the water, steam, electricity, oil, gas, or kerosene. So, the Industrial Revolution beginning in Great Britain, as what I've said earlier, quickly spread throughout the world. The time period saw the mechanization of agriculture and textile manufacturing and a revolution in power like steamships and railroads. Kailan mo na ng kuan? Steamships? Or railroads? Kailan mo ana? Nakahinagbo na ba mo ana? Or naa pa ba na karon? Dito. So, naa pa. No. Pero wala pa ta. Oh, siguro na, pero ako kita. Pero sa pictures kita na ko. It is increase the use of metals and minerals like aluminum, copper, iron, and etc. And of course, Industrial Revolution had a massive or heavy effect on social and cultural and economic conditions. Alright, do you have any questions or clarification before we proceed to another topic?
So far, ma'am.
Alright, very good. So next, we have Science and Technology and Nation Building. So this lesson will give light to the influence of science and technology in the development of Philippine society. Brief history background of science and technology in the Philippines. The history of science and technology in the Philippines started way back before the country gained its independence from the African colonizer. Now, who can read the Free Spanish Philippines and explain his or her ideas? Any volunteer? Free Spanish Philippines. No one will volunteer? Let's have, yes, Miss Michelle. Michelle?
Free Spanish. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, Michelle.
I'll say.
Free Spanish that provide them food, taking care of the animals that help them in their daily tasks and food production. Science is observed in interpreting the heavenly bodies, predict season and climate, in preparing the soil for planting crops and discover the medicinal uses of plants. Technology is used by people in building houses, irrigations, and in developing tools that they can use in everyday life.
Dapa, Miss Michelle.
They develop tools for planting, hunting, cooking, and fishing, for fighting their enemies during war or tribal conflicts, for transportation, both on land and waterways, develop technologies in creating musical instruments. Basahan ka.
What do you understand about this Free Spanish Philippines?
Nang kuan, ma'am, kanang
Yes, kaya mo
diha
yan.
nila na
Kaya mo yan.
Nakalimot ko sabot li ay.
Sige.
Murag diha nila na obserban bitaw nga unsaon nila pag plants without the way they plant o nang unsaon nila pag provide sa mga food, unsaon nila pag atiman sa mga animals or sa anang mga buhat nila adlaw-adlaw, ma'am.
Okay. So, they are using machines na or wala pa?
Wala pa, ma'am.
Okay. So, mano-mano pa, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Sakto ba ko, Miss Michelle?
Tapos, ma'am, wala pa sila panggamit nga mga machine or technology.
Pero hago nilang kuanan ni, hago kayo ni ilang kinabuhian ni sa una. But they enjoyed it, no? Bisag ingana lang, walay machines, na mano-mano lang. Okay. Tinabangay lang ba? Unity, char. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Michelle. Let's have Spanish era. Who wants to read and explain?
Kung ma'am, ay,
Yes,
that
Mr.
explanation,
Edward?
ma'am.
Yes!
Sige, ito na.
Sige, sige.
Spanish era. Era.
Mm.
Devote with them their own culture and practices. They established schools for boys and girls and introduced the concept of subjects and disciplines. Learning of science in school focuses on understanding different concepts related to the human body, plants, animals, and heavenly bodies.
Kaya mo yan.
Sa Spanish era na na sila yung mga nagdala na sila mga kagaling ng nanay na puong nga mga pan sa culture nila o ilang mga yung practices na nakuha na pa nila na buo na pa nilang mga eskwelahan sa panglaki o ba introduce nila ang basta mga pang-disiplina nagpupo sila sa about sa physical body, sa mga tanom, animals o pan pa.
Okay, thank you so much for that idea, Mr. Edward. So the life during this era or Spanish era is slowly became modernized, no? Kaysa sa pre-Spanish, wala pa man to sila yung mga kanang machines na gamit, mano-mano pa. So this era is slowly became modernized, adapting some Western technology and their ways of life. The galleon trade has brought additional technology and development in the Philippines. Philippines were considered to be one of the most developed places in the region. Kaya nga no? Although the country is blessed with these developments, the superstitious beliefs of the people, di ba kisa may Catholic dire, di ba? Na kuan nila, na-adapt, di ba nato ang ay sa katong mga sa Catholics ang ilang beliefs, doctrines, and practices now during the Spanish era halted the growth of science in the country. Now let's proceed to the next slide, which is American era. Who wants to read and explain his or her thoughts? Who wants to volunteer?
Ako, ma'am.
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Kinsa
Salamaro.
to? Si Miss Julina?
Salamaro. Yes.
Yes.
Madanggan ko, ma'am.
Yes. Go ahead.
American era. More influence in the development of science and technology in the Philippines compared to Spaniards. The Americans developed the human resources of the Philippines to serve their interests, which is beneficial to the country. This allowed American scholars to introduce new knowledge and technology in the country. Mora ni ma'am?
Yes.
Yes.
American era.
Based on the text I read, American era is more developed than Spanish era. Kumbaga, ang Spanish era na-upgrade ra siya gamay. Para gamay to modernize na country. So, ang American is nag-introduce more on science and technology to the Philippines. And nag-add sila ka ng more human resources and kanang say about na nag-build sila more on schools and nag-introduce og mga American scholars. Maramang.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Julina. No? Very good kayo, no? In this era, this established katong yang giingon, di ba, the schools, or they established the public education system. That improves the engineering works and the health conditions of the people. So, this era, kay nagkuan naman siya og kanang schools, nga na, and health conditions with the people. Established modern research university, the University of Philippines, and created more public hospitals. So, murag ni, kuan na dun siya, murag ni, modernize na dun siya. Transportation and communication systems were improved, no? Tungod ani nga era. But, not accessible kaayo ang kaning kuana, kaning transportation and communication. Kay ngano kaha? Ngano kahang kuan? Not accessible pa. Like, di pa maka-access ang uban. So, pili ra, no? Now, let's proceed to the last part, the World War II. Who wants to read? Gamay ra na siya. Walay mo volunteer?
Ako na lang na.
Si Miss Jaira.
Eileen. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Jaira.
World War II has destabilized the development of the country in many ways. Institutions and public facilities were turned to ashes. Why, ma'am?
Yes.
Ang tungod sa World War II, ang mga nabuo nga ang nabuo nga marag mga establishments na nakuan sa marag na-adapt sa Filipinos from Americans or sa mga Spaniards, like na-destroy tungod sa World War II, like in chaos ang palibot tungod sa World War II. Yeah. Marag back to zero tahay ang ilahang development sa pag-unlad sa industrialization sa country.
Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Zaira. So, butabol naman kayo, no? Nga, World War good na. So, balik jud sa uno tong ilang gipang kuan, gi-adapt nila sa Spanish and American, no? As you can see in the picture, makita ba? Maklaro ba ang picture? No? Ang ilang, the houses were burned and many lives were destroyed. Loy kaayo, no? Balik sila sa uno. So, next up, let's have development programs and personalities in science and technology in the Philippines. Okay ra ba, class? Paspas ra? Paspas ra ba si ma'am? Okay. So the Philippines government introduced and implemented several programs, products, and policies to boost the area of science and technology. So here are the National Research Council of the Philippines, or NCRP, clustered the 4 policy. So the first one, social science, humanities, education, international policies, and governance. It aligns in integrating Asian awareness in basic education without adding to the curriculum, emphasizing teaching in the mother tongue, developing school infrastructure, and providing for ICT broadband. And lastly, the local food security. Next, we have physics, engineering and industrial research, earth and space sciences, and mathematics, emphasizing degrees, licenses, and employment opportunities. Outright grants for peer monitoring, review of RA 9184. Are you familiar with this? Republic Act 9184. Wala. Sirit na. It's otherwise known as the Government Procurement Reform Act. Wala naka-search? Okay. And last is harnessing science and technology as an independent mover of development. Next, we have medical, chemical, and pharmaceutical sciences. It ensuring compliance of drug manufacturing firms with Asian harmonized standards by full implementation of the Food and Drug Administration. Creating an education council dedicated to standardization of pharmaceutical services and care. And last, biological sciences, agriculture, and forestry. It's aligned the empowering food and drugs agencies to conduct evidence-based research as full of information, allocating 2% of the GDP to research, legislating a law supporting human genome projects. Through the years, many Filipinos were able to establish themselves as scientists. No, daghan na matag mga scientists dire na di kuan mga famous nga scientists, Filipino nga kuan famous, and science educators in scientific areas and fields. Inventions and innovations were done by the Filipino scientists. So here are the list of outstanding Filipino scientists recognized here in the Philippines and abroad. The first one is Cesar Saloma, an internationally renowned physicist, professor of physics of NIP National Institute of Physics, UP Diliman. The second one is Benjamin Almeida, known as the father of Filipino inventors. He invented and designed several He invented and designed several food processing machines, including the rice grinder, the meat grinder, ice shaver, no? Familiar mo yan nga kuan? Siya nag-invent ani kaning rice grinder and meat grinder, no? Makita naman ni siya. Hello class, am I be here? Okay. Sorry ha. Sorry for the interruption. Ay kuan. Nainisud. Okay. Okay, next stop. Let's have William Padulina. He is a chemist and president of National Academy of Science and Technology, or NAS Philippines. Angel Alcala, marine science known for his wild work to build sanctuaries and to promote biodiversity in the aquatic ecosystem. Next, we have Ramon Cabaños Barba, outstanding research on tissue culture in Philippine mangoes. Josefino Cacas Comiso, for his work on observing the characteristics of Antarctica by using satellite images. Other personalities or other famous Filipino scientists, we have here Jose Bihar Cruz Jr., known internationally in the field of electrical engineering. And it was elected as officer of the famous Institute of Electrical and Electronic Environment. Fabian Millar Dairet, research on herbal medicine. We have Lourdes Junsei Cruz, notable for her research on sea snail venom, and also therapeutic products for pain. And lastly, Rafael Dineros Guerro III, research on tilapia culture. So, nakafamiliarize mo aning mga tawhana, Filipino scientist? Or nasa TV?
Some of the men.
Kisa man ay si wala mo ka familiarize sa father of inventors. Ay inventors ba to? Lagi. Filipino inventors. Okay. Naapas ra? Kaya pa ba ang tanan?
Meron na.
Okay.
Kaya pa ma'am.
Kaya pa? Kaya pag mga mangan?
Pwede man may pasend sa pala na niguman ma'am no.
Oh, yes, sure. Okay. The other personalities. But, dili ra ni siya 10 kabuok kuan. Daghan pa ni sila. So, harong i-add ani is 10 lang. Kay, wa bayat ta kayo time. No.
Pero ma'am,
So, kamo na like kuan search. Search sa uban nga mga personalities or famous scientists. Okay. Now, who can explain with us what these graphic organizers meant? Development of science and technology policies in the Philippines. Kasi mo explain. Kasi nasabtan ninyo ani nga graphic organizer. Any volunteer? Wala?
ay nasabtan ma'am.
Oh, nasabtan ra. Nasabtan sa development of science. Kaning graphic organizer ba? Say, pasabot jud sa kuan, the whole graphic organizer. Sino who wants to try? Walay mo volunteer? Sige, arita ni ko Miss Baji ba ni Rene? Miss Rene?
Lucky na ma'am.
Ay, sorry. Mr. Rene?
Kitipid ay. Lucky.
Is he around? Or she? Hala, nilip siya. Si si Glenda, Miss Glenda. Wala na si Miss
Ako
Glenda.
daw ma'am, try ko ma'am.
Oh, sure. Mr. Edward.
Mo jump ra ko aning kuan ma'am kaning sa social needs bitaw.
Okay.
Mga issues and problems. Sa nasabtan pod ma'am, kinta ay tayo unsay mga social needs, mga kinahanglanon sa mga tao bitaw ma'am. Nya mo naaang sa aring sa right na mga programs. Example ani is kanang na mga four-piece program bitaw mga ingana ma'am. Sa ang nasabtan po mga
Okay.
makatabang bitaw pa sila sa tao unsay mga kuan nga mga panginahanglan. Mao pa nasabtan ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Oh, sakto man pud to nga, 'di ba? Mga social needs, no? Na ay mga programs nga pagahimuon sa kuan, mga government. Another one. Kisa pa may mo kuan. Mo share.
Ako ko na ma'am, try ko.
Si Miss
Silmaro ma'am.
Julina. Miss Julina.
Yes. Science and technology, kumbaga, they have projects, programs, and policies nga i-implement. Then, kaakibat na nila ang national goals. Sa Philippines, ang national goals hintay karon is climate change. How they find a solution, and international treaty. Ay, kabawalan ang legal frameworks is kanang isa bitawan na. Murag bali sanga-sanga siya or naay main din naay mga kamot na may mga steps and process na dapat improvise para sa kaayuhan sa tanan, but connect sa science and technology and sa social needs about sa how society ilang mga needs, ang mga issues like garbage waste and sa pa ba? Ang mga occurring problems, ma'am.
Okay.
Dealing sa nila pag-establish sa isa ka butang para ma-benefit ang mga tao like machines. Kung marit, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Julina. You have a brilliant idea, no? Wala din mo kakuan sa international treaty.
Wala ko, walo, ma'am.
International treaty? Katong Treaty of Paris? Wala mo kahinumdum adto?
Nag-familiarize ko, ma'am.
Okay. Sige. So, as shown in the diagram, thank you so much sa tanan ni participate. As shown in the diagram, the development of policies in science and technology is shaped or influenced by the several variables. The projects, programs, policies. Policies, no, kaning tulo is needs to be aligned to the national goals. So, aligned to the national goals. Consider the international commitments or international treaty. Katong Treaty of Paris. And based on the international treaty, na ni si legal framework and responds to various social needs, issues, and problems, no? Ni-respond po si social needs, ani nilang tulo, di ba? Di ba? Sige, hang balikon. Science and technology, there are three variables, no? Projects, programs, policies that align to the national goals. No, da naman siya na siya kanang lahanan, national goals, international treaty, and nga based siya sa legal frameworks, and responds to the various social needs and issues, and problems. Science and technology policies ensure that the whole country and all people will experience progress that science can bring. No? Policies are guides to direct all efforts to a goal of developing a scientifically advanced country. Now, how about this? The factors that influence the development of Filipino sciences. Who wants to volunteer? No, it's already time. Who wants to volunteer? Mukol na lang kong name. Mr. Joseph. Miss Danica?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Danica? Miss Danica ne?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What do you think is the factors of, what do you mean by this graphic organizer kaha?
Ako sa tatang ang Filipino scientist, may kanang mga school like science laboratories and
Sige, Miss Kuan. Kaya mo yan. Miss Danica.
Ma'am, no idea, ma'am.
Who wants to...
Ako, ma'am.
Sige. Miss Julina.
Factors that influence the development of Filipino scientists. So, this graph, organizational graph dati. Graphs ka ng Filipino scientists, ang nasa babaw is process or steps how to become a Filipino scientist. Individual interest in science, family, and natural environment, those are the factors or mga dahilan para ma-influence ang isa ka individual o maka-interest about sa science. And if the person has interest in science, so there's a school of science established na building about talking about science and sa kanang pagkaman na ay mga syempre as a school of science na yung mga laboratories at to sila mag-learn how to burden their knowledge, magawa sila mga creativity, and because of that, ma-turn ang person into a Filipino scientist. Mara, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thank you for your idea, Miss Julina. So, many of these Filipino scientists are the product of good science, good school sciences, science. It means they were taught and inspired by the great teachers, no? Great teachers, and their interest in science started to manifest during their childhood years. No, pagkabata nila, yung hala niduta ni magkuan oy kanang scientist samot na og na-inspired sila og usa ka tawo, no? Their natural environment ignited their curiosity to learn more about natural and physical environment, no? And schools and the laboratories where they studied and worked nurtured this. So, tungod sa ilahang tungod sa ilahang childhood years, ilahang mga kaagi sa ilang na kuan sa una, more betog kanang na murag na-idolize nila bitaw ang kuan kanang mga scientist. Sila kanang na-idolize bitaw something nga na-inspired sila. Na-inspired sila to become a scientist or gikuan pod sila gikuan pod sila sa ilang family nga kuan nga pag scientist tinga na or their natural environment pod, for example kanang one of their family is kanang kuan kanang scientist nga na. And that I guess that would be all for science and technology and nation building. Any questions or clarification about this, about the topic? Nabo may klase aning human aning kuan, aning nga class?
Wala, ma'am.
Wala.
Inig Friday pa po.
So, wala day. Okay. Pwede ikuha na lang po nako para, do you have your notebook, paper, or scratch?
Na, ma'am.
Para
Ambot lang sa uban.
para magkwantag activities.
Karon na, dayon, ma'am.
Yes.
Sige, ma'am.
Sige, ikuan tanan. Pero okay ra sad og kuan, unya na lang ni ansiran.
Pwede po, ma'am. Kanang mangayo ramin sa environmental. Aron makakuan bitaw pa ng uban, ma'am. Mga aware po sila nga naday pa anseran.
Okay, sige, okay ra sad, Mr. Mayor. Sige nga na lang, no? I-send na lang na sa kuan, sa Google Class. Kira ba?
O, ma'am, pwede. O, ma'am, opera haron. Dito raman yung post ko.
Okay. Pero i-handwritten ha? Kuan naman ni siya? One.
Oo, ma'am.
Then, i-picture lang ninyo. 6 to
Answer,
8. 6 to 8.
answer na diri ta mong ikuan ma'am. Di na may
Oh,
magkopya sa.
letter na, letter. Para madali mo.
Okay.
Okay.
Ay,
So,
deadline.
deadline? Friday, okay mo? Or di, kuan?
Sige.
Ay, murag. Pero gamay naman sad po yung mga activities nga ipabuhat ninyo. Naka-answer na mo aning kuan? What are the significant contribution of the Spaniards in the Philippines?
Naano na sa kuan mo.
Sa note, no? Sa
Sa
notes,
module
no?
na mo, ma'am.
Module ninyo. Pero,
Yes.
okay ra, okay ra. So, ayun na lang ni siya answera. Pero ang katunguban nga, naka-answer na, awa pa ka-answer, answera lang ni siya nga application. Okay ba?
Yes, ma'am.
For our assessment, make a visual timeline of the important inventions and inventors of the Industrial Revolution. Refer your answer to the video. Katong video ganina, kuan man to siya kanang kuan ra naho siya cut kay for you nga kamo na lay mo answer. Ay kamo na lay mo tan-aw. Kay taas-taas to siya nga video. 17 minutes, I guess.
Unsa man ma'am, ikaw ra may magtan-aw ma'am.
Kani, maghimo mo kana visual timeline of the important inventions and inventors. Okay ra?
Hindi ka ng tanan, ma'am. Karon i-pass, ma'am. O ka ng activity ra, ma'am.
Katurang kuan. Pwede sad og karon ipas ang activity katong kuan kay gamay ra man sad to 1 to 8 ra man to. Karon ipas, then ang kaning make a visual Friday na lang. Okay ra?
Yes, ma'am.
Sige
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So, generally, what did you learn about our lesson for today?
We learned about the revolution.
Revolution of what?
Industrial.
Industrial.
Kuan, ma'am. Ang pagsabot is dako og influence ang mga machines and technology sa livelihood sa mga tao, ma'am. Like all over the world.
Every use nagyud ang kuano, mga machines, no? Hantod karon gamit na kamit. What about the others? What did you learn?
Nagka-high-tech na gid.
Nagka-high-tech na gid,
ma'am.
No, nagka-high-tech na gyud.
Time pass, ma'am.
Yes? Miss Michelle? Julia, di ay.
Kuan na, ma'am. Ang development kada year or mga decade sa mga technologies, machines, and science. Then, very useful po sa humans.
Very useful jud. Kay napadali na jud nila ang ilahang mga work nga gipangbuhat. Kisa pa mo kuan, mudugang. Who wants to share?
Wala nang siguro ma'am.
Wala na? Okay, good job. Please make yourself a virtual applause. Yeah, okay. All right. Si Mr. Edward na dyan ay kuwan, oh. Okay. All right. That's it, class. Do you have any questions about the activities? Unsa pa ilain ninyong questions? Again, atong assignment di ay is read in advance the science education in the Philippines and indigenous science and technology in the Philippines. Ato ni siyang kuan. Next lesson.
Ma'am, asa ka nga Google Class. Nasod na ba ka sa atong last panamang sa
Katong
Google
kang
Class?
mamdahan.
Ma'am dahan.
Oh, yes.
Sige ma'am.
Naamo tanan adto, no?
Oo na ma'am. Nasod na ba ka ito ma'am?
Yes. Unsa pa?
Sa ito nga, activity, assignment, o katong assessment.
Activity karon ipas. Kuan nala ko kuan nga deadline. Aw,
Itong 1 to 8.
karon na lang nga kanang day. Katong kuan activity, then ang assessment is on Friday. Katong visual timeline.
Sige.
Moara. Then ang katong usa, katong sa adi mo sir to assist. Kaning application, for those who didn't answer, answer lang mo ani. Katong gihatag ni Ma'am bitaw nga kuan. PDF, di ba naman ni siya? Okay na?
Mama, sa ipas ng activity.
Sa Google Classroom. Mag-send lang ko kuan, mag-post lang ko adto para dito mo mag-send.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay ra? Wala na questions?
Katong previous nga Google Classroom ni Ma'am Kate, ma'am.
No, katong gihimo jud ni Ma'am kuan, nandahan.
Okay.
Okay na?
Okay, ma'am.
Wala na lang questions? Pero huwag na po may mga questions about the activity. Samot na tong wala bitaw sa kuan meet karon. I-kuan lang sa GC lang, i-chat lang, or i-PM lang ko. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Palihog lang po kung disseminate sa uban nga wala na kuan, wala sa Google Meet.
Sige, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, can we take a picture for documentation lang? Wait sa ha. Open your cam. $19 na lang ta kabuok. Pila mo gani mo kabuok gani kuan, Mr. Mayor?
49. Ano nga subject?
49?
Hmm.
49. Sa
Naituha irregular.
Gano ganito sila nga regular to sila?
Katong kuan mo. Kung kuan, transfer mo sa katong ba? Kung dilit mo rin, transfer mo.
Wait sa ha. Na-open na tanan. Smile lang mo ha, smile.
Ay, tawag ka na sa pamahaw.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Again. Another pose. Bella, ang pose ninyo, be. Pakita na, be. Sige. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What? Okay, sige. Salita. 1, 2, 3, smile. Wait sa ha. Okay. Okay na.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Alright. I guess that would be all, class. See you on Friday. Friday matang sabot, no? Same rapod gihapon ang time. 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Stay safe and God bless you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.